It's got quite a few hours until that tide comes up. Good thing is I've got no houses behind me, so I can put my headlamp on. It's a rather steep drop down there though, mind you. I can feel that coldness on my fingers and my ears, even though I've got my ears covered over. It is -1 degrees. Ooh. So right ahead of me is the Billy's Tower. Just about to see the silhouette of it. On Google Earth, I measured from where the entrance is to where the location is I want to go to, and it was 300 yards. So I know that's the groin I'm after. Historically, there's actually a cut there. That doesn't mean it's still there. And because it's so flat at the moment, you can't necessarily see. I'm tired. But I've got to carry on. I know where the spot is. Scenery is absolutely beautiful already, and it's not until 8 o'clock we're going to get the sunrise. This is the spot though, right here. So we're here at the spot that I want to fish. My fingers are cold. It's the 3rd of January 2026. This is the first session that I'm doing fishing this year, and I'm at the Eastbourne venue, Billy's Tower. This is in Norman's Bay. This is the second time that I fished here. Everything at the moment looks pretty calm and chilled. There's only one angler that just turned up literally a few minutes ago to my right. I particularly picked this spot because I've done a bit of research on Google Maps and Google Earth, and historically it shows that there's actually a cut just to the left there, which means there's sandbanks to the right and there's a sandbank to the left. So I'm aiming to get between there, although it's pretty slack and very calm at the moment. Just have a look at the sea. I'm going to get these rods set up. I'm going to put a wishbone rig out there. I'll explain more about the type of bait I'm using and the rigs and everything as I go. But it's the last 3 hours that I'm going to be fishing, so I've got here a little bit early, which is exactly the best way to do it. So basically at 7:40 up until 10:40, that's where the tide range is, the last 3 hours of the high tide. Now at 8 o'clock is when the sun rises, and that's a peak time for when there's likely to be feeding going on. So let's get on and start to set things up. Despite it being so early, it's surprising just how light it's getting so quick. I think it's just after 7 o'clock mark. Now, I would love to be able to tell you exactly what the time was, but the reason I can't is because this little tiny touch clock resets itself. I've got the this leader little net there. If you look at my last session, you'll see that I was saying a few times I wish that I had somewhere to put my lug and my bait as I'm baiting up, when sometimes I actually have my beach box a bit of distance away from where my rod stand is on the flood tide. Let's get things set up anyway. I'm going to reserve the ST reel, the Daiwa 7HT Mag ST. I'm going to put on the more powerful rod. But saying that, to be quite honest with you, even this reel, the Daiwa 7HT Mag, they're fast. They're really, really fast. This has actually got the ceramic bearings dry in there, but the ST has actually got brand new bearings in there, which are 100% ceramic, and I've not even used them ones yet, so we'll see how we go with them. Do you know what I find really strange, right? There was one time I went fishing, and it wasn't too long ago, and I was setting up everything, and I was just setting up the DJI Pocket 3 camera, and I thought, oh, it's not focusing on me. I thought, what's going on there? Something's very wrong there. So I went on ChatGPT. I normally go to that quite often now because it's a little bit quicker than Google search. And ChatGPT said to me, oh no, you have to rectangle draw around your face on the screen. I said to ChatGPT, do you know what, like, I swear that all I had to do is double tap on the joystick and then it will focus on me. And it goes, no, I think you might be thinking of something else. So I thought, that's just very strange, because it feels like I was doing that for months and months and months. So then I go and look in the manual, and it says the same thing. Didn't think anything of it, and I thought, okay, well, maybe I was just being delusional in my thinking, and that it was never a double tap on that joystick. Well, come here today, double tap on the joystick because it is my routine, and lo and behold, it does face tracking. So I'm like, I was right, but why didn't ChatGPT tell me so? Why didn't the manual tell me so? Why didn't my research show it up? I mean, I did do like a search directly for it, you know, with the words double tapping joystick to activate tracking, face tracking, and nothing came up. A bit strange that was. I shall put the wishbone rig on this. I don't think I'm going to need to be putting that out far. I swear there was an angler down there fishing. Maybe it's someone just walking their dog then with their flashlight. Daiwa 7HT Mag ST has now got full ceramic bearings. Air 2 Pro brand from Temu. For obvious reasons, I'm going to be casting with maximum mags on to start with. I do not know how this is going to respond. I'm sure it'll be fine at mag setting 6 or 5. Probably wouldn't push it at 4, but we will see. Don't really want to lose any weights or rigs because I'm not local enough that I can just pop down here and get my rig back. I mean, I'm not loads of miles away, but I'm far enough to not want to warrant going all the way back here. Normally when I lose a rig it's kind of within sort of 4 or 5 mile range. I tell you what, getting here along the lanes felt really dodgy because I don't think many cars have actually gone through those lanes. I'm going to put a weight on this. Before I commit to anything. Try to keep as organised as I can. Put my best 3 rigs that I'm going to be using for today on there. Put a 5 ounce on there just to check things out. That'll be enough for us. That's our rag. So I'm going to put this 5 ounce lid on. Try the ST. See how it copes with the ceramics. See how I cope with the ceramics. Trying these Abu gloves. I wanted something that give me a little bit of warmth on my hand, but allows the dexterity of me to be able to cast steel. Never casted with these gloves on before, so we've got max mags on at the moment. Just do a quick flick. Felt and sounded a bit strange. I've stripped some rooming line off there, I tell you. This is the Ultima distance line, 15 pounds, 0.35. Let's do that again. I'll try it on 7. See what happens. Let's give it a quick little flick out. Does sound a bit strange. Is it? Has it got enough float? Well, it's certainly cleared up a lot of line. I think it's time we've done some fishing. I can't believe it still kept track on me. That's really good. So, the Portsmouth, put the 18-inch snuds on because it's very calm out there. It's got 3/0 and 2/0 hooks. I've marked this as a medium size, good quality. So we'll see what we get from that. Taking more care with preserving these, wrap these up and put some cling film around it. So hopefully we'll get a really good quality lug. We will see. If any of you know of a good quality little tiny little clock, mini clock, that's kind of waterproof, reliable, small, got backlit, then please let me know in the comments, because the one that I got I thought was going to be alright and it hasn't worked once. It just reset itself, even when the temperatures weren't that cold. First one we just stick with lug, I think. We're in daylight now, so I won't need that on my head. That's a relief. Right, that sun's coming up. Let's get the first one out there. I'll put this one slightly to, well, I'll put this one dead ahead. And I'll put this one at distance. That's my aim anyway. Nice, nice, okay. Wishbone. That'd be absolutely fine for that. I'm liking this lug so far. So far I'm liking it. It's coming out really nice. There you can see it. You probably can't actually. All the time the camera's focusing on me, it doesn't focus on anything else. But yeah, it's actually coming out all right. This is a new wishbone rig I've made up. So the snood line is a £40 amnesia. That little hook up top there is just to keep it in place. I'm not really thinking of it being a intricate part of catching something. It's just a way of presenting the bait better. Sometimes I actually put just the old hooks on there. Just to use them as bait presentation hooks. It's actually when it's this cold that you're more likely to put a hook through your finger and not know it. Because it's so cold. We hook both of these up at the bottom there. It's a slim line. Quite aerodynamic little rig. See, that's pretty nice. Don't just put that too far, that one. Yeah, I'm gonna put that one just slightly to the right of me. Well, I know exactly where I want to put this. kind of centre, really. That's fine. We've got the Portsmouth rig on the left right, which is the tip tornado Supermax graphics. And we've got the Wishbone rig on the right, which has just got a rolling lead. They've both got lug on at the moment, frozen lug. We'll see what gives. It's very flat and calm at the moment. So the time is 7:52. Sunrise 8 o'clock. So we're into the new year now, 2026. I hope you guys have got some good things planned for this year. And I hope that you're going to have a good year. There's obviously going to be some ups and downs as is life, but I hope you get, you know, the best of what can be got from 2026. That you venture out, try something new, try to learn something new. And those of you that are anglers, try and get out. Could be beneficial in many ways getting out, not just if you used to catch something. It's just nice to get fresh air, in this particular case cold fresh air, albeit it's very nice seeing the sunrise. It's just beautiful. It's good for your mental health. Cast the rolling lead into what I believe is a cut, and a cut basically is an area where there is a in-stream of water. It's kind of like a channel which fish can come in, and you're going to find a cut next to a sandbank. You're likely to see it when there's a bit of turbulence in the water, where you'll see the waves breaking. And where the waves break is where there's a sandbank, where the water hits sandbank. And sandbank is a higher level of sand, for those of you that are not up with the watercraft. But the sandbank is a higher level of sand, and that's what the water pressures against. And it creates a small wave. And then after that, it goes into an area called the trough. Now, if you fish into the trough, you can catch, but if you fish into the cut right next to the sandbank, that is a key area to find fish waiting for natural foods to come off that sandbank, off that small rolling wave that comes down through. As we're in January, you're likely to catch obviously whiting, nabs. They're the main two. Of course, you can catch the odd codling if you're lucky, but that would be more towards nighttime fishing. So daytime would be nabs and whiting, I would say. We'll see. We'll see. I've got a variety of different baits with me today. I've got dirty squid, sand eel, I've got bluey, and I've got frozen lug. So with that cocktail, we should be getting something. I leave my baits out roughly about 15 minutes for lugworm anyway, and of course fishy baits which got oils in the skin, and you know, like mackerel, bluey. I leave it out for a bit longer, half an hour, 40 minutes sometimes. put a whole squid on in a minute. Now the bluey, that's fine. Okay. And what we do is we set up second Portsmouth rig. Transmitter disconnected. Ooh. I've lost the transmitter. I've lost the goddamn transmitter. Oh no. I've lost the transmitter. It's lost. So I've lost my transmitter to the Pocket 3. I really don't know where it is. What big of this strap has kind of most it off. Somewhere down here is my mic. And I think it is in the water somewhere. I just didn't realise until it is too late. It obviously got covered over with water. It was that strap that knocked it off. Right. So I've lost my mic. So now I'm gonna spring my rods in now because there's nothing I can do about that. Might as well at least get a fishing session from this. There's nothing on there anyway. Didn't really get a chance to put out the or set up that rig really. The very moment that it said lost signal was the moment that it got wet. I think they're close to 50 quid for another mic. We tipped that off with squid. Just a small little bit. Put a little bit of bluey. On there. Right, let's get this one out. Bring this one in first. So that's coming up now. Tide is starting to come up. So I'm going to probably end up going just behind that, or close to that post. The wood groin behind me. Not a lot of room behind me, I have to say. I could end up touching the wood behind me. Yeah, I'm going to have to off the ground it here. Yeah, not a great deal of room behind me. These ain't half bad, you know, these lug. I shall check on the time in a minute because 11:40 is the high tide and that water's flooding in and I ain't got a lot of room behind me to fish. That's much better quality lug, that is, having it wrapped up like that. It's a bit better standing there, actually. That's what I meant to get. Power time. There we go. It got down to 30%. That did. Because the wind's a northwesterly wind, technically it's coming from my right hand side across, which is why the leads is being drifting to the left hand side. The gripper in this rod hasn't gripped in as good as it should. I've not cast that far out, only about 100 yards. This time we're fishing with a Portsmouth rig again, with size 2030 hooks. But this time we've got lug, bluey, added to that lug. And on the other snood, the top snood on the Portsmouth rig, we've got a little tip of squid along with the lug. So we'll see what we get from that. The tide's really coming in now. Not a great deal of room behind me there. I'll have to move down to the opening just down there. There's an opening, but I'll have to fish in between that. So as of right now, it's only 8:50. 9, 10, 11. So we've got an hour and got 8, 9, 10. Got quite a while. Say it's 9 o'clock. We've got 2 hours, 40 minutes. That's going to come up way past here. It really is going to come up high. No, just a bit blinded by the sun. Can't see anything. It's going to touch. It's too restricted here. So it's 9:13 right now. I'm going to try and set that little clock on my rod stand. Hopefully it won't reset itself. It's not even coming on at all now. Let's see if we can get this to stay working. No, it's reset already. Useless. That little clock's useless. It's reset already. Be nice if I can catch something this morning. Being that I've just lost an expensive mic today. You can see where I am right now. But to go in between this gap so I can move back. Otherwise, there's no way that I better stay there till 11:40, and it's only like 9:15 now. That slight wind is what's creating a bit of a chill now. I think from now on I'm going to have some kind of a lanyard on these mics, so if they do come off their clip, at least they're going to be just swinging off me. It's lovely having that sun come up. Beautiful. So nice. Feel the warmth of that sun. And my cup of tea is kind of lukewarm, but that's not bad considering, I don't think. Considering how cold it's been today. And some anglers setting up just by that groin there. They're going to be fishing the last couple of hours up. It's always nice to see another angler, maybe a local, coming down. It's a good sign for somebody like me that haven't fished here during the day before. Certainly seems to have slowed down a little bit now. So this opening here is the only place I can move back. The tide was appearing to move quite quick, and then it slowed down a little bit. So it might have not have come back as far as I thought. And just down there is where my DJI Mic 2 is, in the water somewhere down there. So it'd be out there now. Back's aching me a little bit. Oh, look. Oh, good bit of movement on there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a rig with really little tiny hooks on. That's what I'm going to do. See if there's any dabs out there. Something. Something small, little tiny. There you go, look. Got a wishbone there, little tiny hooks on that. We've got a 3-hook flapper, that's ideal. It's got 1 hose, that's not bad. It's another 3-hook flapper, I've got 1 hose. Pulley. I think I'll put a 3-hook flapper on. 1/0 hooks. I'll keep the same lead on there. We'll see how we go. There, yeah, I think that'd be quite good to have on there. I'm going to change the right rod for the 3-hook flapper. It's only got 1/0 hooks on there, so that'd be fine. Might stand a chance of getting something like a dab or something. We'll give that a go now. Nothing biting on that, is there? There we go. 3/8 flapper. Any small baits on there. Just half. Something like that. Little hooks, little baits, little mouths. There we go. Quick off the ground flick. That's all we need for this. And we'll target, hopefully, some dabs with that. Leave that tip nice and low. There's certainly some bites there. Some had a little nibble on it. We've already got a rig hanging there waiting to go out, so we'll clip that on, put it straight out. That sun's blinding. Bait stripped at the top. I know with this particular lead, it's going to get a good grip. Good old distance out there. The other lead that's not gripping too well, got to sort that out with some pliers. Got to bend it so it starts to grip properly. This is not gripping too well at the moment, so that's what we need. We need it to be able to grip. We'll do the same thing for the other one. That's better. That's much, much better. That should now grip. Over Portsmouth. Put some more bait on that. We'll try a whole squid on it. The 3/0 hook at the top there. We'll put a whole squid on that. It's a 3/0. It's suitable for this. Got a whole squid on there. And I'll just put a lug on the bottom snood, and I'll tip it with a squid as well. The battery on this, oh, it's quite low. Have a little bit of a break for a second. Just sit down. Watch those rod tips. The sun is glaring in my face, but it's beautiful at the same time. It really is. So we're beginning the new year now, 2026, January the 3rd. Just lost one of my mics, DJI Mic 2. That's not a good start. You've got to laugh. I haven't caught anything yet. I've been down here since it's got to be just before 7 o'clock, and I haven't caught anything yet. So far I've put out a wishbone rig with just frozen lug on, and I've put on a Portsmouth rig. That's got size 2/0 hooks and a 3/0 hook at the top, and that's had just lug, and then it's had lug, squid tipped, then it's had lug with bluey, and now I've got a whole squid out there on that Portsmouth rig on the 3/0 hook at the top snood. Bottom snood's got just lug with a little tiny sliver of squid. I switched over the wishbone rig for a 3-hook flapper. So smaller baits, only about that size. Hook's gone down to size 1/0. And I'm just waiting to see now, see if anything comes up. With the mic, it had caught this, because I had it clipped on here. In hindsight, isn't hindsight a wonderful thing? In hindsight, if I clipped it on here, it would have been okay, probably. Although I clicked the other mic on there and it's fine. It's just bad luck, I suppose. So I've lost one of my mics just down there. I didn't realise it until I got a message on the screen. So some of the footage, I was speaking to the camera, I looked back on some of the footage and it wasn't recording me. It was recording what was down at the shoreline. So all you're going to hear is sea up until the point where it cut out. And that's when the water would have covered it. And it appears to have come to a complete stop, which is very strange. So I could have stayed back there because I moved to this point here because I thought he was going to push me back. So I could have stayed there, but I haven't fished this particular beach at high tide during the daytime. This is the first time I've ever fished this beach during the daytime. I'm confident that I will catch something. You know, you would have thought with a lug, squid, bluey, cocktail of each. I've put them a bit further out now. They weren't as far out before. Now they're further out now. And down the time, I've given up with that little clock that I got. It's never worked from day one. Yeah, it's a bit hit and miss with the Temu stuff, isn't it? You get lucky with some things and other things you don't. Yeah, so we are at 10 o'clock, 10:03 to be precise. The app that I'm using several apps, but Null Tide. Don't know if you can see that, but there's quite a bit of information on there. It can be a little bit overwhelming to start with, but you start to get used to what you're looking at. So, yeah, it's saying now, you know, there's 0 degrees. It feels like -6. I don't think it feels like -6 at all. High tide is 6.7 metres. Oh, it will be anyway. So if I go onto the tide table, so yeah, you can see, we may be able to see Saturday. Ah, I see, right. So it was 10:39 at the high tide. I did actually look at this properly, I just forgot. But yeah, this is why I got here so early. I got here just about 7 o'clock-ish, just before 7 o'clock. So I've done my 3 hours soon. It'll be on the ebb soon. That makes sense as to why it slacked off, because we are in the slack now. Well, according to this should be 39 minutes to the high tide, but I can see it's gone slack already. And it was a 6.9 metre. It's supposed to be quite good today for fishing. You know, if I go back in time, it reckons about 8:30. Don't know if you can see that, maybe. 8:30, it's when the sun rised. It had 3 fish there, saying that it's a good time to fish. I fished through that time period. I didn't get a single bite. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see it. So I'm going to give it another half an hour. I'm half tempted to stick around until the tide goes out, being as I had this misconception that the high tide was at 11:39. By then the tide might have gone out enough. But will my microphone be okay? Seawater, electrical, maybe not. If you don't catch anything on a free-up flapper, then what are you going to catch on? I mean, free-up flapper. That's a scratching rig, that should catch anything. I haven't put the squid out yet, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take in this right rod where the free-up flapper is. I'm going to put the squid out there, see if there's anything. There might be a fish on there, actually. There's a little bit of resistance on there. Yeah, I think there might be a fish on there. May have actually saved the blank. Be nice if it's a flatfish, because I haven't caught one of them for a while. Yeah, caught a flatfish. Ah, that's nice. There we go. I caught myself a flatfish. On a 3-oak flapper. It's deep. It's deep hooked it. We can sort that out. We've got a disgorger. Temu. Flipping Temu. So there we go. We've got ourselves a little dab. Put that back in the sea. And so that disgorger was very successful. Little flounder, tiny little mouth. Put a fresh piece on there. Put that back out. Right, let's get that squid out, I think. Bit of weight on there. Yeah. I think we've got a fish on here. Unless those grippers are doing their job. It is a different lead weight now, so the grippers are pretty good on that one. Don't feel like it's grippers. No, it's a fish. Another flatty fish, yay! Decent sized one this time. Well, it looks of it. Yeah, so we've got a decent sized one here. There you go. Yeah. There we go. So we've got another fish. That's not a bad sized one actually. I will put it back. I'll measure it quickly. I'll put it back. So that's exactly 12 inches. That's get this one back. We'll try this squid out there. But that actually wasn't a bad size actually. See if there's anything bigger out there. We'll try the squid. See if we get a better grip as well at the same time. With that gripper lead. Gripper lead definitely looks in better shape now, that's for sure. So, when I tipped on Ada Supermatch Graphics, we're going to put out a whole squid, 3/0 hook, and then we've got 2/0 hook with just, well, I say just, we've got lug and tipped with squid, 5-ounce lead. See how we go with that. Might be able to get away with a pendulum cast. No, I'm going to get away with it there. I think I might have to go up on top of that behind there to cast it. I'm going to have to just flick it out. Still having problem gripping that thing. Come on, you can grip. So we've caught 2 dabs now. That's not bad going. I wasn't expecting to get some flatfish today, so I'm really pleased that I've got some flatfish. Having said that, I put the rod back out. That's got the 3 hook flapper back out there again. But on the other rod, even though I caught my 12-inch dab, I put out this squid out there, a whole squid, to see if I can catch anything a bit bigger. I've drifted quite a way to the right this time. Ooh. Something's having a go on that right rod. Yeah, getting some action on that right rod. Yeah. So we've got a fish on, I think, here. Yeah, we've got a fish on here. Something a little bit bigger, maybe there's two. But it's a little bit bigger than the last one, I think. Oh, whiting, two whiting. So we've had a mixture of species today. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Oh. So we've got two whiting. Only little pin whiting, but nevertheless, they're whiting. There you go. Yeah, number two. Second little one. So the 3 oak flapper's done as well today. I'm going to put on this Portsmouth, which has also got just a lug on. A little bit bigger hooks, but I'm going to be able to put it a little bit further because it's a clip down rig. See if there's anything a bit bigger, a little bit further out. I should give this a little bit more into the cast. It's got a 6 ounce lead on that one. Oh, lifted the wrong one up. That one out, went out a little bit further. And we've got some nice knocking on the other rod now. And this one's got squid on. Providing it wasn't that bird that just went into that line. Yeah. Something knocking on that right one. That's got squid on. Yeah, something on there. Yeah, we've got a fish on. That's the third flatty we've had today now. There's our third flatty today. There we go. Here's number 3. Put him back into the sea. Squid's fine at the moment. I'll put on a little bit more lug. I think I shall whack that out right over there, maybe. No, I'll keep it there. I'll keep it here. It's all good. I didn't get an anchor down on that one. The lugworm today has all been of good quality. Very happy with that. Well, it's 12 minutes past 11. I think I've done my time here today. I'm quite happy with what I caught today. Nothing to take home, but I've got a variety of species as well too. So I've got some nice flatfish today, and I've got a couple of whiting, and it's probably something on one of those 2 rods right now. But I'm not going to be casting out again after this, so whatever is on there is on there. If not, then I should be packing away and leaving it that for today. But I really appreciate you coming along with me today to view my fishing session, and hopefully you're going to join me again soon when I go on my next fishing adventure. If any of you guys know of anywhere I can get a little tiny clock, backlit, waterproof, quite small, it's got to be backlit because of night time. Let me know in the comments below, because that would be really helpful, so I appreciate that. Anyway, I'm going to go now and bring those rods in. Please give me a thumbs up, add a comment, subscribe. It really does help the channel if you subscribe and give me some comments. So thank you very much, and let's see what we've got left on the end of those hooks, shall we? Last cast this has had. I'm bringing it in now. There's something on there. Something a little bit heavier actually by the feel of it. There's definitely something on there, maybe a couple of whiting. Another flatty by the looks of it. Hey! So, that'll be the fourth one today, I believe. A little baby one. There we go. Final fish for today. A little tiny baby one there. And we shall get him back into the sea. Nothing took the squid today.